Welcome back, guys, to Trails of Cold Steel. As last episode, we continue through the game's prologue as Class 7 navigated the dungeon, learning the ins and outs of combat as they went. Gaius, Elliot, and Rean bumped into other classmates as they explored, as the disagreement between Jusis and Gaius continued to get out of hand, and the girls continued on their own path. However, at the exit, the four in our party now find themselves imperiled by the stone guardian Iglute Garmr, having to fight now for their lives. Nice test they set up, eh?
This looks tough. Careful!
Well, we're on a critical on our first turn when I don't want to use anything like that. We can at least try to get a seal and maybe unbalance this guy, but then I can't really seem to possibly deal with the unbalance aspect of it. Right, so we started with an art. We need to impede on that.
There.
That works quite well with the critical, but it messes up what I really wanted to do. So that's impede and delay as well. So that will actually delay his turn past yours. Hey, why not use it? Or not. If he gets the delay, maybe. What is it I want to do with you, then? I mean, I got Resounding Beat, which I could get these two.
Keep it up, everyone.
With some extra defense. I kind of wanted them to stay together so they could buff each other. But now we're on either side of the thing. Right, what elements are you weak to, if anything? All elements are quite strong against you? Okay. Well, we don't have to impede at this point, so let's charge a firebolt, maybe.
All right.
I can steal this. Just keep trying to steal, maybe. Maybe he's completely immune, though. What did... Well,
I'll handle this.
We just gained HP from, of course, the buff that we've got. Right, we need to impede again. God. The brilliance that is knowing what impeding actually is. So this one's going to hit us this time. Okay.
Keep it up, everyone.
A soul blur. That can cause faint if we're unfortunate. He really doesn't like you at the moment, does he? I'd love to motivate you too to get some extra strength.
Let's do this. Understood. Leave it to me.
Art 0. What's our support art? Nothing.
Take this.
At least do a little bit more damage.
Very well.
Our HP should regen after this turn when you think about it. But even the attack up hasn't really helped too much. Needle shoot for a try for a petrify, maybe? It's just not weak to anything, really. Well, definitely our arts guy hits fair a bit stronger. I wish I had S-crafts at this point, don't you? Guess we just keep wailing away and hope for the best.
Leave it to me.
Might take a while, but we'll get there. He's definitely immune to that, though, isn't he?
I'll handle this.
We're still fine on the HP term at the moment. Considering he's attacking us, we've got a CP full.
My turn.
Let's just keep trying to hit him with delays. Let's try Aqua Bleed next, see how much that will do.
Go.
If we view specifics here, Seal is very not likely to happen. Petrify is 100% not going to happen. Burn, Poison, Mute, Blind. That's what we're kind of looking at. You can get Seal to hit, but it's on a very low percentage chance. He's our highest damage potential, you are. That's for sure. Right, we need to buff the other one's defenses again. Plus, with the passive healing, it's just a bit too good to not do it. Gonna keep repeating the same old attacks at the moment. We've got 2 turns on the strength left.
My turn.
I think we've got this completely under control with our abilities.
Keep it up, everyone.
Go. All right, let's do this. Understood.
fact that he also
Leave it
can
to me.
CP10 is pretty good too. Just keep Gale Stingering him. Maybe you'll hit the seal chance. We can pray. It's half HP. Nothing's going
I'll
badly.
handle this.
Critical time. Uh-oh. You can't just heal and then get flyy better. Ow!
Right.
He healed and got flyy better. Alright, did anything change in terms of his elemental weaknesses? It did. He's now weak to stone and fire. Okay, we got the thingy up buffs, so let's try and shoot him down. Right, he resisted that?
Here we go.
Did he gain some extra defense on that sense? That did less damage than it did before. Why? Explain.
There.
I think I should just focus on my heals and
Very
whatnot
well.
at this point then. That's definitely
It's
the
my
best
turn.
damage I'm doing currently. Good miss. Nice counter.
Right.
Strong. Let's keep going with resounding beats. I can actually get you guys in for an extra one there.
Here we go.
Seems buffs can only be to a certain level. Let's
There.
use Autumn Leaf Cutter again to pop behind him because I feel like flanking him is actually really good for me. Oh, hello. You had a nasty little thing extra, but luckily a miss
My turn.
enabled me to have another counter. And we're not far from doing
it to
the
me.
job.
Here we go.
I think just a normal attack will do it, won't it?
Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Let's just make sure you heal yourself. You're the most likely to go down after all. That's Aqua Bleed. No matter what, even if the Firebolt doesn't do that much, she's just incredibly strong against magic now.
I'll handle this.
He'll sort it out. Not a problem at all. He's pretty much carried the day. Don't have self-destruct! Hey, HP's at full. That's how you want to finish the fight. Or have we finished?
How pathetic.
Okay, good. That was tanky, wasn't it? Level 6 for everyone.
I did it.
All right.
I guess the extra level you had on them. Oh, Blue Lullaby can now be used. A magic attack, set, area, M, sleep, 30%. Lulls foes to sleep with soothing sounding bubbles. It does damage too, right?
I'm just getting started. Well, that should be the end of it. No, it's down, but not out.
Stab it in the brain!
That's one hell of a second wind.
I can appreciate a certain degree of tenacity, but this thing needs to just die.
It's no use. We're too spent to go another round with it. Guess I have no choice. I'll have to.
Stand back!
You made it.
You've certainly got some good timing.
Seems like you're all okay at least. I'm sorry we took so long.
You're here, and that's what counts.
So, a gargoyle, is it? I didn't expect to find the Dark Ages alive and well down here. It doesn't seem like it'll go down easily.
Indeed, it's brushing us off as though we barely even scratched it.
But with this many of us, we can just find an opening.
Fine. I guess I'll help out.
Looks like you started the party without me.
You?
Releasing limiter. Take this! Break shot!
An opening!
Go!
Now!
This one's mine! Ah!
It's...
We did it! I think that's the end of it.
At the very least, that creature doesn't seem like he'll be coming back for a rematch anytime soon.
What happened there anyway? Right at the end of the battle...
Now that you mention it, I did feel something wash over me for just a second there.
It was like each of us were engulfed in some faint blue light.
What?
I did notice something as we fought. Perhaps it was just the blur of combat. But I felt like I could see everyone's movements in precise detail.
I don't think it was just your imagination.
Agreed. I have a feeling what we just experienced was...
The biggest selling point of the almighty Arcus? Give this man a prize. Looks like friendship and teamwork saved the day once again. I'm so proud of you guys. Anyway, that about finishes up today's special orienteering exercise. Aw, what's with the long faces? I thought you'd all be happy.
What are we supposed to be happy about?
I have so many questions, I'm not even sure where to start.
Oh?
I'll take a stab at it. What exactly is the purpose behind this Class 7?
I mean, we get that it's supposed to be some sort of melting pot that includes a broad cross-section of people.
But why were the 9 of us chosen in particular?
That is a valid question. There's no single monolithic reason why you all made the list. But if I had to name a major contributing factor, it'd be those Arcus orbments you've got there.
How so?
Well, like I explained earlier, the Arcus units are developed jointly by the Epstein Foundation and the Reinford Company. Like any battle orbment, they let you use arts, and these have communication functionality built right in. But their crowning feature is what's known as combat linking. That's the phenomenon you all experienced just now.
So that's what that was.
Seems like a pretty apt term. It did feel like we were all connected somehow.
Precisely.
Doesn't take a genius to imagine how much of an advantage a feature like that would be on a real battlefield. An elite unit that can sense each other's movements, acting in perfect sync even in the most chaotic conditions. You can hardly put a price on that. It could bring about a revolution in the way wars are fought.
It does sound rather...
Idealistic. Well, yeah, the technology has its limits. Some have a natural aptitude for it, others just don't. And out of this year's fresh batch of bright-eyed students, the 9 of you turned out to have the highest aptitude. And since aptitude trumps background in Class 7, well, here you are.
I see.
But what gives us this aptitude, though, as compared to our peers? It just seems so random.
What indeed? As promised, if any of you have objections to being in this class, speak now or forever hold your peace. I think that pretty much covers the hows and whys of your situation. But this program isn't cheap to run, so we're not about to force anyone into it if they don't want to be here. You should also be aware that Class 7's curriculum will be tougher than any other class's coursework. Just fair warning. So now you know. And that leaves you all with an important decision to make. Will you stick with Class 7 or not? Oh, if you opt out, you'll just be placed in the class you would have been assigned to otherwise. There's no pressure. Nobles will land in Class 1 or 2, commoners in 3, 4, or 5. It's still just the first day, so there's no real catching up you'd have to do. I'm sure you'd fit in just fine.
I'll do it. Whatever Class 7 has to throw at me, I'm game.
Oh, wait, what?
Just like that?
So you're the first then. You seem pretty sure about it. Any particular reason?
Not really. I just feel like I've put my family out asking them to send me to this school. So, if it gives me more to show for my time here, I'll take whatever opportunities come my way.
A noble sentiment.
Count me in as well. The greater the challenge, the more I can push myself to excel. One can't hone a blade without grit, after all.
Let's make it 3. Considering how far I came to attend this school, it'd be silly to back down before I even started.
Well, looks like we've got the country's strongest freshman on board, and our foreign exchange student too. Any more takers?
Allow me to take part as well. I was only able to come because of the school's generosity, so I feel it's my duty to help in any way I can.
Sign me up too! I kinda feel like fate brought us here for a reason, you know? And you all seem pretty easy to get along with.
And that's a yes from our 2 Orbital staff testers. Though I feel compelled to remind you, your weapons are still in the prototype stage. So on top of your other work, I'll be expecting reports from both of you.
Of course.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Let me join too.
Huh?
Oh, there's a surprise. I was almost certain your rebellious streak would see you opt out just on general principle.
It does bother me that you've got us using these Arcus units that are still pretty clearly in development. But if I let every little nitpick like that hold me back, I'd never amount to much.
Words to live by right there. And that brings us to an even 6. Now, what about you, Fee?
Don't really care either way. You can choose.
Not this time. This is one call you're gonna have to make for yourself. That was the deal, remember? You need to take control of your own life.
Fine, I'm in.
Well, at least you committed. We've got a magnificent 7 now. Which leaves just the 2 of you. I can see you got issues with each other, but that doesn't mean you can't at least try to work together. Why, if you just look past your differences and embrace the joys of youth, I'm sure you'll become the best of friends.
Like hell we will! The exploitation of the common people by the aristocracy is a blight on every facet of Erebonian life. Unless something is done about it, this country has no future.
I appreciate your candor, but I don't think you're going to achieve much by lecturing me about it.
Well, at least that makes this simple. I, Jusis Alberea, claim my place as a member of Class 7.
Huh?
Why? You're the son of a duke. Just the thought of being in the same class as commoners should make you sick.
I'll thank you not to tell me how I'm supposed to feel. As far as the House of Alberea is concerned, there's little difference between other nobles and commoners. Besides, this should at least ensure I won't have fools flitting about every day trying to win my favor. That said, I have little interest in getting drawn into your petty arguments on a daily basis either. I think it would be prudent for us to go our separate ways. I'm certain we can at least agree on this, no?
I don't need some pompous ass who coasts through life on his father's coattails telling me what to do. I'm in. Come hell or high water. You might have had your successes spoon-fed to you up to now, but no outmoded class system is going to hand you trophies anymore.
We'll see about that.
They're going to be like this pretty much all year, aren't they?
Sure seems that way. I wouldn't bet on them ever seeing eye to eye.
Oh.
The pots shouldn't be too hard on the kettles.
Give a guy a break.
Well, how about that? 9 out of 9. With that, I'd like to congratulate all of you on being the first ever Class 7. I hope you keep those high spirits all year, because with the workload we've got planned for you, you'll need it.
Well, I wasn't expecting Class 7 to turn out quite as diverse as this. It certainly promises to be an interesting year.
You took the words right out of my mouth. But perhaps this too is the divine providence of the goddess, no?
How do you mean?
Well, seeing them there, I feel they have the potential to be the light we seek. A light that can break through the storm clouds that continue to build over our nation day by day.
And so a look of it ends the prologue, as we get the game's full proper intro. I wasn't ready to erase myself from the intro. Oh no! Awkward Sam sits in the corner, jigging along to the music. As the prologue does end, the way to Thors. Now we begin the game proper. Let's find out what happens next. Oh, save, delete. Why would I want to delete save data option on that screen? Why? Onward. If you accent, yeah, I'll just use that one. Oops. Continue. That's what we'll do. And so we move into April. And a few weeks have passed. April 17th on a Saturday. I'll follow the path of time as Alcala gives us up. Thank you very much. 17 days, some time to settle in.
All right. Time to get going.
Oh, Rean!
Morning, Elliot.
Good morning. Are you heading to school now too? How about we walk there together?
Sure. It's getting late though, so we might need to pick up the pace a little.
No problem. I'm guessing everyone else left already, huh?
I think so. I'm not sensing anyone else on this floor, at least. Gaius in particular is probably long gone by now, being the early riser he is.
Oh, okay then. He's not sensing anyone? What does that mean exactly?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning! Are you two on your way to school?
Yeah. Come on, Emma. We're going to be late.
Hey, wait for me, Elisa. We'll see you in class.
I never would have guessed she'd hold a grudge this long. She knows it was just an accident, right? She has to. Can't believe she'd be so sensitive.
No kidding. She's not even giving me a chance to apologize to her.
Well, as long as you keep trying, I'm sure she'll understand. Eventually. Class 7's got enough tension as it is, what with our two, prideful warriors at each other's throats. So I think it would be a load off everyone's mind if you and Elisa could make up at least.
I'll certainly do what I can, whatever that may be.
I feel like he's tried enough. I feel like he's done enough. And he hasn't done anything wrong. I know that's the point.
These past 2 weeks have really flown by, haven't they? It's funny, I went into this thinking combat practice would be the toughest part of the curriculum. Never would have guessed the academic side of things might give it a run for its money.
Well, strong in body and mind is pretty firmly embedded into Imperial culture. I do get what you mean, though. I figured I'd be able to coast through the year, but I've had to very quickly reevaluate that.
You too, huh? I wish I were as smart as Machias or Emma. They don't seem to be having any problems at all. But then, Emma got the top score on the entrance exam, and I'll bet you anything Machias wasn't far behind.
I'm sure. Jusis and Elisa are apparently doing really well, too. As are Laura and Gaius.
Really? Guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up then. Though I really do hope they don't mind.
Huh? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, sorry. You got me thinking about Jusis and Laura. I've been talking to them the same way I talk to everybody else, but they're both nobles, right? And Jusis's family rules over the whole eastern side of the Empire, so it kind of feels like I should address them more formally.
Well, they both said it was okay, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Though you probably shouldn't go picking fights with Jusis every chance you get, like a certain someone else.
Oh, I don't plan on it. I'd hoped they'd get along a bit better over time, but if anything, things seem to be spiraling downhill fast on that end. When the two of them are in the same room, there's just this constant tension in the air.
It's not all Machias either. Jusis seems to enjoy provoking him at every opportunity. I can't even imagine what it would take to make them see eye to eye at this point.
Yeah, I wish there was something we could do to help them get along. And that's where we'd be if we weren't in Class 7. Dormitory number 2, for all the common folk like us.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? I'm still kind of shocked that Class 7 gets to have its own dormitory. Though, to be fair, I think that building was abandoned till this year. Seems like they renovated it just for us.
Well, they did a good job. It's got a nice feel to it. I just wish it were a little closer to the academy.
Hey, you're in our way. Step aside at once. Class 7, I see.
Is something the matter?
You're just a ragtag bunch of nobodies, aren't you? Come on, we're leaving.
Yes, Patrick! A word of advice. You might be part of a special class, but that doesn't change who you are. Never forget your place.
So they're from one of the upper classes. This is why I hate talking to them.
Unfortunately, that attitude is all too common among the nobles. Thank goodness Laura and Jusis aren't like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. That's the infamous dormitory number 1, where all the nobility lives. It's supposed to be super fancy inside, with maids and butlers and everything.
Wow, really? Guess that's our cue to pick up the pace.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, hey, have you picked out a club to join yet? Doesn't sound like you have to or anything, but it's probably a good way to meet people.
No, I'm still looking. It's hard to decide on one.
Stand, bow. Be seated.
As I'm sure you're all well aware, the Erebonian Empire was driven to the brink of collapse roughly 250 years ago. This was brought about by the conflict we know as the War of the Lions. A civil war lasting several years, staged over the throne of the late emperor by the most powerful of his potential successors. But of course, I'm not here to tell you that. If I were, I think even young children would be able to pass this course. Rather, I'd like to discuss the effects this had on the Empire as members of the aristocracy were drawn into the war. Many hired mercenaries turned to looting and pillaging, and a similar trend could even be seen among some of the knights. The land was left utterly devastated, and morale was at an all-time low. But then, lo and behold, into this nightmare stepped a man willing to take a stand against this bloody war of succession. He was a wandering prince who began to rally forces from the outskirts of the empire, and would go on to make quite a name for himself. And that name, of course, was Dreikel's Rhysei Arnor. He would later become known as Dreikel's the Lionheart, the 73rd Emperor of Erebonia, and father of the Renaissance. Not to mention the founder of this very academy. Dreikel's army was initially rather small in number, but as he traveled across the empire, winning over the hearts of influential sympathizers, his forces rapidly increased. Now, the place where Emperor Dreikel's first began gathering his army was... Rean Schwarzer, would you care to tell the class?
The place where Dreikel's first started to gather his army was the... How am I supposed to know? Did he say? I wasn't listening. I was listening to the music. It has a really Final Fantasy IX lilt in the middle of it. Like, I can't remember, like, the exact track of Final Fantasy IX, but it sounded so Final Fantasy IX. It's like this bit. It's this bit. You must know what I mean by that song. Right. The place where Dreikel's first started to gather his army was the merchant city of Crossbell, the verdant city of Bereahard, or the Nord Highlands. Well, that's somewhere else. That's not on this thing. Okay. I'm gonna flunk. I'm gonna flunk already! That's in another, like, place entirely. So that's the outside of things, right? That's inside this region. But it's that one the one that's far down the coast? Was it Bearheart at the top? Oh. Then you got the Nord Highlands. I'm not gonna get any of them right. Use the B trick. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it's hard to make an army ready to do that kind of stuff inside. I can't even. I don't even know. You have a book in front of you? Where? Where? Use the manual. Sounds like this would come from one of the other games. Maybe. Okay, what was the stuff he said before? Oh, whatever. It was the North Highlands, a region northeast of Erebonia. We just randomly chose. Fine. Very good, Mr. Schwarzer. Hey! Prince Dreikel's wanderings led him to the land of Nord, where he lived with the vagabonds for some time. It was then he heard of the civil war taking place in Erebonia, and those vagabonds of Nord became his very first allies. Yes, I got it right! 33% chance! Oh, it says it there? Oh, what? Can I have read that the whole time? It was right there? Was that in shot? Was that in shot? Did I miss it? I should need to be more observant. God damn. Guess you didn't need my help after all. Oh, she's trying to help. Olizandri, go. My AP increased by 1. Okay then. Whatever that means. Academic points. By making good decisions, acting appropriately, and completing quests, you will gain AP academic points. When you've accumulated enough AP, your rank will increase the next time you report a quest. There are 15 ranks ranging from B7 to A0, and every time your rank increases, you'll receive a perk from the Academy. To be honest, out of those 3 answers, the one that stands out the most is Nord Highlands. Because it's just like, what? But still. Our founding principles: apply yourself in all you do, respect others, respect yourself, become the foundation of the world. That's a pretty big ask. House points, are they? I had them in school when I was in primary.
Nice work, everyone. You made it through another grueling day of classes. In case you've been living under a rock, please don't forget that tomorrow is your first free day. It's not technically a day off, but there are no classes, so it's up to you what to do with your time. Why, you could go shopping in the capital if you wanted to. Or just do what I do and sleep all day. Sleep is so wonderful.
Will the Academy's facilities still be open for our use?
Yes, I'd like to be able to use the free study area in the library myself.
Of course! This school shuts down for no one, so feel free to patronize any and all facilities as you like. A lot of clubs have meets scheduled for these free days as well, so anyone who's joined one should probably check on that.
I see.
I'll be certain to do so.
Also, before you leave, we should go over what's happening next week. On Wednesday, you all have your practical exam.
A practical exam?
What does that entail exactly?
It's part of your combat training. You'll be graded on your performance, so make sure you're well rested and ready for battle by then. Might be a good idea to do some training on your own time too, just to keep from getting rusty.
Interesting.
I definitely don't like the sound of that.
Oh, and one more thing. After the practical exam is over, I've got another important announcement about a major part of Class 7's curriculum that I haven't mentioned at all yet.
What? Here it comes.
So, whatever you choose to do on your free day, make it count for something. That concludes today's homeroom. Machias, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow.
I'm a little worried about that practical exam next week. I mean, I'm still just getting used to this staff. I'll be able to help you train if you need a sparring partner. The gymnasium looks big enough that I'm sure we'd have no trouble finding a good spot for it. That's very kind of you to offer, but I was planning on attending club practice today. Oh, you've joined a club already? Which one did you pick? I decided to try for the band. That fits you. Though I'm not sure how much use they'll have for a violinist. I didn't know you played the violin. Did you just pick it up for fun? Yeah, something like that. How about you guys? Have you joined any of the school's clubs? I'm considering joining the art club. Art, huh? Somehow that's not what I pictured for you. No pun intended. Do you have any artistic experience? I dabbled in it back home. Taught myself though, so I feel like this could be a good chance to learn proper technique. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'd love to see some of your work sometime. Belts are worn on your waist. I just want to really say that to the teacher. Oh good, you're still here. Instructor, is there a problem? No, I was just hoping someone could do a teensy little favour for me. There's something I need picked up from the student council room. Something you need picked up? What would that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. All I'll say is it's something absolutely essential to your school life. Somebody needs to go get it. Oh, it doesn't matter who. Any volunteers? Sure, I'll go. If I show up in the student council room and tell them they sent me, they'll know why I'm there, right? Wait, are you sure you don't mind? You two have clubs to go to, right? I'm still totally undecided, so this shouldn't be a big deal at all. I can look at a few clubs myself along the way, in fact. Well, if you really don't mind, thank you. The student council room is in the student union building next door at the end of the hall on the second floor. It's open until quite late, so there's no rush. Thank you, my dear. I leave everything in your capable hands. Okay. Right. Do we get free time? Can I go check out the stores now? Beautiful. This music's a bit jammy as well. I've never played a game on this basis as well. I'm a school student. Okay. 100 plus Let's Plays. Not an experience we've gone through yet. The student council room is on the second floor of the student union building to the east of here. I'm counting on you. Of course, instructor. Is there any reason you're still here, though? Don't tell anyone, but I actually left the student register in here and forgot all about it. Good thing I remember, though, otherwise I would have had to sit through another of the vice principal's lectures. She's not exactly a conventional teacher, is she? No, she doesn't know how to wear belts. Anyway, where do I go from here? Do I have to go there, or can I go to town? Oh my god. Hi teacher, we busted in. You should, huh? Well, I'm the janitor. This is my room. Oh, sorry. I thought you were a teacher. Yeah, if you're ever in need of any advice, just stop on by. I'll be you in any way I can. Even if you bust a window or free, you can let me know. I won't get after you too much. Alright, you'll be the first to know if I start endangering the school's class. Technically, considering it's a combat school, I imagine that is a problem that might show up. Oh, where did I go? If I remember correctly, the student union building should be to the east of the main building. Doesn't seem like it's too urgent though, so maybe I'll head over after familiarizing myself with the campus a bit. There's more to Thors than just the main building and all its classrooms. There are many other facilities located on campus. The auditorium is used for events like the entrance ceremony. Although this building is normally closed, it will be open during certain events. The field is home to more athletic activities such as practical exams. Many sports clubs such as the lacrosse and riding clubs use this area to practice too. The gymnasium is used for general training purposes. There you'll find the pool and the training hall. Those two facilities are managed by the swimming and fencing clubs respectively. As such, the gym's usually a lively spot. I'm guessing Jusis is at the fencing club. The engineering building is the de facto place for orbit maintenance and is managed by the engineering club. While you can't enter for now, you'll find yourself here again and again during your time at Thors. The library holds a variety of papers and books for your perusal and serves as a handy space for study and research. You can also go there to brush up on all the Zemurian terminology you can handle. The Student Union building is a place for students to relax and unite. Unite! The first floor houses some stores and a cafeteria. You'll find the culture clubs on the second floor and even a salon reserved for upper class students on the third. What? They get a salon? Why use the term unite as well? Event markers. Occasionally you'll see event markers displayed on couches and places. These show that an event will take place there. So key events and quest events related to a quest that isn't mandatory, required to advance story. Okay, if I check the map then, Student Union building is a key event. We can go to Trista that way. You can actually see the location of every person too. This is interesting. A year seems like a long time, but it'll fly by if you waste it all studying. There's hard work getting into this academy, so we deserve to have some fun while we're here. I want to go to town though. I mean, first things first, always check out the first shops, right? I wonder if I can find any good material for this month. Oh, don't mind me, just talking to myself. I do that sometimes. Actually, Class 7 might just end up being a treasure trove of material. I don't know what material means, but I don't like the sound of it. Hi, Neil. Or future Neil. Different Neil. He's running a school paper, isn't he? I guess this is where the fencing and swimming clubs are located. I'm not exactly what you call athletic, but it might still be worth checking them both out. I mean, we're in a military academy and all. There's not much point in being here if I'm not healthy. Very true. Should we check out the place? This is the... Oh, yeah. Found him straight away. Took 2 seconds. What's with that guy? What does he think he's hot stuff just because he's a noble? I've never been able to get along with jerks like that. Can't see that changing anytime soon either. Well, like, this is the common thing to feel? What's with this guy? He's just marching here demanding to be made captain. Oh my god, did he? So much for respecting your elders. Welcome to the fencing club. I'm Friedel, the club captain. A number of interesting first years have joined us, so I'm curious to see how things unfold. Healthy competition amongst club members is always a good thing. Want to say that again, asshole? I don't think I heard that right. Well, of course, I'll say it as many times as it... Oh, it's not Jusis. Whoops, wrong one. From the back. I'm sorry, you're blonde. And noble, but you'd be wearing a red uniform. Silly me. Well, of course, I'll say it as many times as it takes for you to get into your fixed goal. As the best swordsman here, I should be named captain of the club. Do you follow that, or must I speak more slowly? Huh, yeah, I gotcha. You're so damn cocky about taking me on one-on-one. Seems like you need a little attitude adjustment. I have no objections to that. Just remember, you challenged me, so I expect no whimpering after you lose. Given your uniform, I can assume you're part of Class 7. That's right. Mind if I ask who you are? My name's Patrick. I'm from Class 1. Class 1, huh? That's one of the upper classes, right? I'm Rean Schwarzer. Pleased to meet you. Do you really think the feeling is mutual? I can in good conscience say I was pleased to meet anyone from some pathetic group of nobodies calling itself a class. While you're at this academy, it would serve you well to remember your place. We wouldn't want commoners to start thinking a little special treatment makes them better than nobles now, would we? The thought couldn't have been further from my mind. Thanks for the advice. This guy's a real peach. Just a question. Why are you thinking of Class 7 like that when it's also got at least two nobles in the class? Shooting range. Do not enter without express permission. I can understand why. Wait. Which way does this shooting range point? It's not shooting at the wall that's the pool. What if it goes through? Hey, you're here. Huh, fascinating. I suppose there are some things we can only do while we're students. It looks like there's a lot I could learn in this club. Oh, you're going to join the swimming club, are you? Swimming doesn't just strengthen your body, but your soul too! If and when you join this club, try to think of a goal. Any goal will do, as long as you want to make it happen. Working towards that will be a good way to help you become the you want to be. There's going to be a lot to explore here in Thors, isn't there? That guy's really got away with worse, just goes to show why he made captain. I think this might be the club for me. Everyone's going swimming. This is the boys' locker room. Can I go into the... Can I go for... Oh, I can! Can't turn the shower on, though. Nice shower cubicles. Saloon doors. With a door like that, I'd be like, get some soap, and you just, when it's all wet, you just slide it under and aim for the feet. Whee! No, you don't. That's bad. Bad prank. Better than a banana peel, though. This is the girls' locker room. If I walked in, my death would be swift. Blissful, but swift. See? Can't do it. Rean's too much of a good guy. Alright. Well, there's the big training field over here, too. Who's working over there? Whoa there. Those ladies in the lacrosse get-ups are looking mighty fine. It'd be a crime against photography if I didn't snap some pics. Oh. But there's no one here. Oh, there is people here. I was like, but there's no one here. Pop. So, that's the Elisa girl I heard so much about. She has a different air about her than the other first years. She's awfully cocky for a commoner. Yes. Elisa R. Well, she's passionate to say the least. Joining a sports team does seem like it'd be interesting, though. You want to join lacrosse as well? Lisa and I are taking a look at the clubs here. Would you care to join us, Emma, what are you saying? Right. I'm sorry, Rean. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So you've been the chosen bestie, are you? Oh, you here to join the lacrosse club? I'm sorry to tell you this, but this club's for girls only. Sexism. I actually joined them. I used to go to the Rounders Club in secondary school, which was pretty much just girls. It was, I just really like playing Rounders because we used to play it all the time in primary school, like, as multi-gender. So I really liked it, so I went along to some of them. It's just all girls. When you think of traditional Erebonian sports, the word lacrosse would come screaming into your mind. The three key pillars of the sport are the three key pillars of youth itself: friendship, hard work, and success. So who's ready to make the most of their youth with us? Do try to control yourself, Emily. You'll scare them off all of this, right? No one changed in a uniform. I'm not pervy, Sam. It's actually just a really fun game. My primary school teacher made me really like it. The storehouse door is locked. Okay, then. Hello, noble horse rider man. Welcome to the riding club. I'm the current captain, Lambert Mark, and this is my trusty steed, Whitcomb. Are you a new recruit by any chance? If you have the slightest interest in joining, by all means, please do. We got horses in this world? Actually, a number of horses are being raised on the stable. Now I've just got my own question. Let's speed up so I can run a bit faster. Where's that cat that's shown up in several pictures? You know I want the cats. You join the riding club, would you? Where's football? Or, you know, martial arts? That would make sense to be taught here. The auditorium doors are locked. Are they now? Well, let's see if we can go out to Trista in a second. Hey there, Becky. You decided on a club to join yet? Here, how many times do I need to tell you to stop acting like you're my mate? I'm joining the I'm joining the school store. Got a problem with that? What? Becky, that's not a club at all. I know. You think I'm daft or something? As usual, you continue to baffle me, and presumably everyone else. What? Yeah, you know that massive corporation, Class Co? Well, this wee bam's fay there. He thinks he's a pure ticket because his family's well off. He when they stop for me about either actually dear man in. What? Okay then. She's Scottish. Instructor Sarah asked me to go to the student council room. It's supposed to be on the second floor of the student union building. Oh, I can't check out town yet. I want to see if I can buy any swords and stuff. Right, where are we looking at the moment? We still haven't really explored the main building, but we've explored most of the left side now. It's been about half a month since the entrance ceremony. I would imagine you're starting to get used to your life here. I know there's a lot to take in, but as long as you keep your head up, I'm sure you'll adjust soon enough. There's so many students. Are you mixing well? Ooh, you look very fancy, and you've got your maid behind you. I was just trying to get to my club when this weirdo started harassing me. All I wanted was for someone to tell me where the music room is. Do you know? Oh, lost little lamb, worry no longer. For I, Vincent, the noble escort, Florald, will take you wherever your heart desires. Noble escort? What does that even mean? Now, no need to be shy. Merely close your eyes, take my hand, and trust me. Name the place, and I shall guide you there like an elegant bird leading its chicks. That's who I'd like to voice act. Those kind of weirdos. Master Vincent is the only son of the Flawed family. His Despite his pedigree, however, it would be wise to take his words with a healthy degree of skepticism. For instance, while he may claim to be the noble escort, most women he offers his services to reject him. I wonder why. This used to be Class 1 second year classroom. This used to be Class 2 second year classroom. Second year's on the bottom floor, eh? Class 3 second year classroom. Who'd have guessed? Class 4 second year classroom. Class 6 is... Oh, 5, sorry. We see a theme. That's the courtyard again. Search for Class 6. Yeah, where is this missing Class 6? Good point. We need to locate it ASAP. You there. You're a member of Class 7, are you not? Listen here. Contrary to the tainted image your instructors provided you, this is the highly distinguished academy. You can see this exemplified by upper-class students whose noble behavior you would do well to learn by. Take heed of their every action and mannerism. Do you see them running in the corridors? No, you do not. Understood? Anyway. It's the infirmary. We might need to come here at some point, after all. Well, hello there. Welcome to the infirmary. You seem healthier than our average visitor. Oh, well, classes are over for the day, so feel free to relax here if you'd like. Thank you for the offer. She seems like a sweet old lady. Until she gets you with the antiseptic. Phew, I'm feeling way better now. I had a fever this morning, so I thought it'd be smart to rest in here. Medicine instructor Beatrix really did the trick. I thought she was the medicine instructor then, not the medicine instructor Beatrix gave me. Also books. A faculty lounge where you can just enter. You're an interesting guy. Instructor Makarov. You're from Class 7, right? Must be one weird class to stopping by the faculty lounge is how you spend your free time. I'm just coming to grips with the academy's layout. Instructor Makarov doesn't really have the air of a natural science teacher. He's apparently in charge of orbal studies, so that makes sense, in a way. Anyway, just do me a favour and try not to fail any of your tests. I really don't want to think of new stuff for retests, and if nobody fails, I won't have to. You might not want to say that too loudly, considering your position. Hey, it's a fair point. Don't give the teachers extra work. Be a good boy. If it isn't Rean Schwarzer, what brings you here? Oh, don't tell me. You wanted to learn more about the War of the Lions. If I knew anything about it in the first place, I might be able to answer that question actually correctly, rather than flukily correctly. That's just fine by me. Allow me to be your guide for the hectic history of the Middle Ages. As luck would have it, I just so happen to have 5 or so hours to spare today. That should be enough for a cursory primer. Thank you for the offer, but I wouldn't want to bother you. Once he gets going, not even 80s, because they make him stop. Staff only. There seems to be a storeroom of sorts for teaching materials. That's where the booze is. The principal's office. Principal Van Dyke seems to be absent. The vice principal's there, so maybe I don't want to get his attention. This is the conference room. The door to the conference room is locked. Okay, what's left to explore as I continue to get the layout of the place? The computer room is locked. They have computers. The art room, haha! I wonder if joining this club was a mistake. Clara's supposed to be the head of the club, but she's so caught up in her own work she won't teach us anything. Then there's Gaius, who seems a little hard to approach. Just talk to him! Look, like this, right? Done. Creating art while I'm surrounded by art. Being able to paint in a place like this is an invaluable experience. Definitely not something I was able to enjoy back home. I should ask him about his home sometime. Seems like an interesting place. Great job. You're both amazing budding eyes. I can also paint a white thing white. This person, however, is working hard. I guess we have new members all of a sudden. Well, bully for them. I've got my own art to focus on. That's an artist. Shouldn't a club head be a bit more friendly, or at least kind of welcoming? That works. Staff only again. Art storage room. Well, have fun drawing your white canvases. You know, like, this is what you're supposed to be painting, right? Bottles. The flowers. Modern art. I could do that, but you didn't. Oh my, what a delectable smell! It seems as though it's emanating from the cooking club. Perhaps I should follow my nose and grace him with my presence. Maybe. Let's go in. Come on, Margarita. Hello and welcome to the cooking club. Whether you want to learn the essentials of cooking or research new, exciting dishes, this is the club for you. You should definitely join if this whets your appetite. Hey, why not? Hello there. You're a Class 7 student, are you not? My name is Mary. I'm the cooking club's advisor. Were you hoping to join? I'm afraid not. I'm just trying to familiarise myself with the campus. Seems far kinder than I expected a military academy instructor to be. That's fine. I happen to be the advisor for the art club and the wind orchestra too. If you're interested in joining either of them, we'll be sure to welcome you with open arms. Just basically everything on this floor by the sound of it then. There's actually no one else in the cooking club. But they don't have a lot of bowls. Music room! I've been training the art of the piano since I was not but a child. What do you think? Do I sound like a normal noble if I talk like that? I've been playing piano for a while though, and I thought it'd be fun to play here too. My name's Hibel, and before you joke that my name rings a bell, I'm head of the wind orchestra. The name's a bit misleading though, since we focus on more than just percussion and wind instruments. If your interest lies in strings or something, we'd still be more than happy to have you. If you'd like to join, just stop by whenever you can. We really are getting used to the layout here. Oh, hello. Nothing relaxes me like having a violin in my hands. This academy seems really well equipped. This place might not be so bad after all. Well, if it was, would we be going to school here? Alright, now where am I going? Okay, been around there. Hello. Have you decided what club you want to join? I'm considering focusing my time on extracurricular activities during our free day myself. Hopefully we can both make the most of our free day tomorrow. Tomorrow we get a free day! Right, what else to check? You're up here, are you? What are you doing up here, Fee? Being bored? That's not what I meant. Are you planning on joining any clubs? How about I help you look, too much work? She's a difficult one. Nice view up here. Might come here when I'm bored. Good reasons. Well, if this is somewhere where she might hang out a lot, it's good to know where our classmates might be in the future as well, in case we ever want to talk to them. This is actually a really good period of time to just explore and look around. It seems to be Class 1's first year classroom, so this side is all the classrooms for the first years. Oh, glorious day! We finally got a free day tomorrow! I don't know about you, but I'm going to spend the whole thing shopping! A little bit of retail therapy is just what the doctor ordered after all those soul-sucking classes. I'm ready to spend! That's all the classrooms. That's our classroom. That's where we started off our adventure from today. Right,